presentation. August.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, Danny.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah. So there's a thing that we've been discussing for a while.
Yes, there has.
And we were trying to figure out a way. How do we tackle horror anthologies?
Just watch all of them for over the course of 6 months and then just rank every segment ever made.
Yeah. In this case, I don't think that's going to happen, Dave.
In this house.
Oh, in this case.
And in this house.
Yeah, we went back and forth for a little bit and we had a couple false starts on this. And because, this came up like 6 months ago. And then the shit hit the fan and everybody had to take a break. And as soon as it was established that Danny might actually be back, let's fucking move on that idea we were talking about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we were kind of toying around with some ideas and figured it doesn't make sense to tackle an entire subgenre in one episode, especially if it's one that's any good. You can't. I mean, who knows? We might try something like that down the road, but if we're going to play with subgenres, then we might as well just like blast off a few movies at a time, and we'll come back and we'll revisit this.
And there was a segment in a particular anthology.
We are going to be talking about the Creepshow trilogy of films. That's right. We both sat down and watched Creepshow 3.
Yeah. First watch for both of us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was perfectly happy never having watched this based on what everybody told me about it. But I guess sometimes you got to suffer for your art.
And I did get a chuckle out of one particular part.
You know what? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even classify that as so bad it's good, but there were brief moments that was like, all right, I'll let that slide. But how do you want to do this?
I think we talk about them chronologically.
Okay.
But at the same time, I was a kid when I first saw the first Creepshow.
Yeah. I was going to say you were born when it came out.
Oh, yeah, I was born. 1982.
Mm-hmm.
But the cover, the VHS cover,
fucked me up.
But I loved it. I consider it one of my favorite VHS box covers.
Do you remember the Community Cable magazine?
Yes.
That we got every month?
Yes.
When that was the cover, it was another one of those cases. It scared the shit out of me, but I couldn't stop staring at it.
I remember that. I remember that one and Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yes.
That fucked with me.
Yep. Funny enough, you bring up Halloween 3, and I remember the TV Guide full-page black and white ad for Halloween 2, and I think that was the moment I fell in love with that poster.
Yeah, the Halloween 2 one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was drawn in, and I've always loved the original Creepshow.
Yeah.
And, George A. Romero, this was him directing, based off of Stephen King screenplay.
He wrote up a few stories, but you have two of the biggest names, especially at the time, in horror.
Yeah.
Combining forces. One of the things I did learn was when they originally met up, it was to do an adaptation of The Stand.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know until recently. And then they realized how involved that is, how much it's going to cost, that, hey, I got an idea. How about if we fuck with like an ambitious anthology? And then if that does well enough, maybe that'll kind of help us out in raising the funds to do The Stand. So
right.
I like that.
So that was 1982.
Yep.
What did The Stand come out, like a decade later?
I don't remember.
1994.
Oh, wow. I didn't think
that was a little bit more than a decade later.
Yeah.
But this is, I feel like the anthologies, this horror movie particularly, is my favorite anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up as a kid. I love the cover art on the VHS. The skeleton. The most fun you'll have at being scared.
And like I said, I wanted that, but I didn't. I mean, I was fucking 8 when that came out, so.
Yeah. So I have the creeper character, whatever you want to call it, the skeleton.
Yep.
From the first one. I have multiple of them, action figures. I even got the...
Not dolls, action figures.
Well, yes, I call them action figures.
Because we're men.
Yeah, and we do manly things.
On paper.
And I had to get the Father's Day one, too. So.
And I also learned I mean, I guess if I just looked at a fucking calendar, it would have sunk right in. But there are 2 people in this movie that got cast right off of another shoot.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is this for the first?
We have our abusive father in the
Tom Atkins.
in the wraparound.
Okay.
And I only made that connection because I heard a reference to this was originally supposed to be released like Halloween week.
Yeah, and then they pushed it back.
And because they were banking on, well, Halloween 3's coming out, we'll give the people back to back Tom Atkins. And I guess once the reviews came out, they were like, yeah, let's not put him out too close to this movie. Let the smoke clear a little. We'll release this in like another month. But then also, there in one of the later segments, there is a gentleman who gets drowned, who apparently just got off of shooting a pilot for a TV series.
That would go on for more than a decade.
For fucking ever.
Cheers.
Yes.
Ted Danson and Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's another one. That's one of those shows I just remember always being there. So I never thought about when it started, but apparently, yeah.
1982.
They shot and or released the pilot in 82. So when Ramiro reached out to him, he knew about the pilot. So that's why I'm thinking it may have been released at that point.
Well, I think Ted Danson was up and coming at that time. Like,
yeah.
He had that attractive look that would pull him in.
He was a handsome boy.
Yeah.
He was early 80s handsome.
I mean, shit, I still watch Cheers. Most mornings it's on. There's a 24/7 80s channel.
Yeah, see, that's one of those that I loved it as a kid. And yeah, if it ever happened to be on, but I don't see myself in any circumstance where it would happen to be on, I would still like watch it and all. But my memories was like, as soon as Woody came in, it was just like, I want to be him.
Yeah.
I want to be that kid. He's so sweet. He's so dumb. I hope to be half as smart as him someday.
Yeah. He made up a lot of the later 80s.
Yep.
I think he came on like 84, 85.
So yeah, we open up to this kid who has a thing for comic books, but his dad's kind of a piece of shit.
Tom Atkins beating around Stephen King's kid.
Yeah, one of the few times that Tom
Joe
Atkins
King.
is in a movie and you don't necessarily want to fuck him.
Right. Oh! He does got a little bit of a different look to him in this one.
Yeah.
It's just an odd look. And I think it might be whether, he's in a trench coat or glasses or something.
It's one of the rare cases that you look at it and you get a half a second of, wait, oh shit, that's Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
Where normally that half a frame before he's on screen, it's him.
Yeah.
You just feel him.
Yeah. But it's about a comic book that, they play out all the scenes of the stories in the comic book. You got 5 stories to this one.
Yep.
5, I feel like, that are really well done segments.
Yeah, there's one I'm not particular. I mean, it's quotable, but if I were to fast forward through any of them, then there is one that be like, I'm good. I've seen it already. Originally, they had 7 segments, and one of them was called The Raft, and I believe the other one was called The Hitchhiker.
Yeah. Which ended up repurposing.
Yeah. So apparently,
too.
Yeah, it sounds like predominantly it was a budgetary thing that they said, yeah, we're going to have to cut a couple of these.
Which makes sense.
And then 5 years later, King's like, hey, we could still throw these in.
And these are like the perfect length for segments, I feel like.
Yeah.
The first segment, Father's Day.
Top 5 dance scenes in a movie ever.
In a horror movie.
And that includes, I'll say ever.
Ed Harris.
Yes.
A young Ed Harris.
That's another case of, I hope I'm half as hunky as he is when I grow up. I still think Crispin Glover wins for me, but like I said, Ed Harris is definitely a top 5, possibly a top 3. I would have to seriously think about what other ones are out there and how I would rank all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there, especially for horror, but the Ed Harris one in the Father's Day segment was them dancing, trying to kill time and waiting for dinner.
Oh, and Danny brought some extra decor for tonight's episode.
Where's my cake?
We're still working on the lighting down here.
Where's my cake?
Oh, sorry. I should have said spoiler alert before bringing that up.
I want my cake, you dirty bitch.
And that's the other thing. Like a lot of these stories, I mean, there's an original take on it, but conceptually, these aren't any like above and beyond. Like, oh my god, this is groundbreaking. Whatever. No. I mean, so this whole segment is the elders dying and very, very ungrateful children.
Yeah, one in particular, his daughter Bedelia.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
So of course everybody wants the money, but you know, our belated pops, he just wanted his Father's Day cake.
Right. Well, he got it all right.
Yes.
He got the ashtray to the head.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 fucking items that I want for this podcast room. 3 tops. I want the hand from Talk to Me.
Okay.
I want the mask from Demons. The third one is that fucking ashtray.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I've always been trying to find it where they sell it, and it's not like $299.
Mm-hmm.
But the ashtray shows up in every segment of this movie. Future.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And future state of even showed up in the TV show. And I know we're not talking about the TV show, but to me, it's just like something that's stuck with all the segments.
Yeah.
That you would see.
Yeah.
I've always been looking for that fucking ashtray. That's reasonably priced.
So something that Stephen King wrote, and it was all about ashtrays, not cats.
Yeah. Right. Meow.
Wow. Wait, did you just say meow?
Yeah. Meow. Right. Meow.
Listen here, meow.
But he gets his revenge on Father's Day.
And I like how, you know, the godfather of the modern zombie kicks this anthology off with essentially a zombie story. Yeah. Actually, we get what, two? Is there a third one?
No, 2 zombies.
Okay, yeah, 2. Well, 3 zombies, 2 segments.
Yeah, 3 zombies, 2 segments.
Yeah, and again, for early 80s, you got some amazing practical effects. Yeah, watching it now, they look like masks and puppets and shit like that.
But this is Savini.
But it still holds up.
Too, yeah.
Like you could tell it's fake, but in context, it's so good you don't give a shit.
Right. I mean,
like you're willing to suspend disbelief.
They're telling a story based off a comic book that'll shoot scenes of a cartoon comic.
Yeah.
That switches over to the movie, and it gives you that.
You get that last
cartoon feel, and then it's like, remember, boom, pow, Batman, and shit. You get those effects in the background of the shit that goes on in the comic books, which is,
and that's part of it too with the effects in this. I'm wondering how much of it was intentionally almost campy for the sake of, because that was kind of the mission. They were trying to replicate a comic book with a live action movie. So, you know, maybe they played on. I don't want to say it looks fake, but yeah, not as realistic looking effects.
Yeah.
For the sake of, well, it's supposed to resemble more like artwork in a comic.
Yeah. The kills are basic. There's nothing crazy going on.
Yeah.
You know, his daughter gets taken out, you know, just because he came out of the grave and strangled her and put her in the hole that he came out of. And Ed Harris comes out and tries to look for Bedelia and trips over and falls down, and there's the stone, the headstone, sliding off the top part and crushing him, which is pretty cool because I was like...
So the headstone moved in 82.
Yeah. it moved in one, and they left the bodies in the other.
Oh, wow. There's really a theme going on that year, wasn't there?
Yeah.
A lot of desecrating cemeteries.
But he got his revenge, and he got his Father's Day cake.
He got his fucking... And it's... He was given the most personalized Father's Day cake. Well, maybe not given, but he ended up with the most personalized Father's Day cake one could have.
Right. What does everybody want?
So yes, he gets his cake.
I got my Father's Day cake.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah. You got this next segment with Stephen King playing Jordy Verrill.
And this would be the only one that if it got cut,
I wouldn't care.
I'm fine with that. The effects are great. You know, obviously this is something they had to shoot in order.
Yeah.
So you can get the progression of, you know, the landscaping getting a little out of control, and of course,
meteor hits.
The only reason I am completely accepting of this is because without it, we'd never have meteor shit.
Meteor shit. Yeah.
So Gordy's, just kind of living out in a cabin in the woods or what have you.
Got farmland. He's a farmer, it looks like.
Yep. Let's hope so with those fucking
Oh,
overalls.
jeez.
And yeah, a little hubbub going on outside, and realizes there's like this glowing orb of sorts out in his yard.
He goes and fucking touches it.
Who do you think daydreams more? Him in this, or Alice in Nightmare 4?
Jeez.
These two, both these motherfuckers love to just fantasize all goddamn day long. But I guess that was another fun touch of the whole thing. Like, as soon as he realizes what it is, he's got that money spent.
Yeah, he's already, I could, pay off my loan and do all this and that, and this is a meteor, and then dumbass goes and puts it underwater, or just puts some water over it, and it cracks it open, and you got meteor shit everywhere and all this goo, and then he touches it, and
It's all sticky.
everything he starts touching starts turning green and starts growing until
I would be so fucked.
everything.
I'm always touching things.
Yeah. It takes over. It takes over him. It takes over his house. It takes over all the farmland, and as it continues out
Mhm.
even further, I like the picture of at the end where they end the scene where the green soot or whatever, the grass that's growing everywhere on everything.
Oh yeah,
Ends up growing on like a street and a sign, and it says Castle Rock.
Yep.
It's the fictional town that.
This one's probably the most blatant case of, again, them trying to give it like a comic book look and feel.
Yeah.
I mean, the green in this is fucking. So yes, there's meteor shit, and it's a very colorful segment.
And then whatever that shit is just came from another planet or
Somewhere
out in space.
maybe it was catapulted from some government lab, because the government's always doing shit.
Yeah, but this, I agree, Dave. This is kind of my least favorite segment.
Yeah,
out of the first Creepshow.
Like I said, it's entertaining.
It is.
If this is the worst of the entire movie, it still doesn't bring it down like a substantial amount. It's just, just watching all this shit happen. Otherwise, it's Stephen King in a room talking to himself.
Yeah.
And daydreaming.
And then blows his head off at the end.
Yes. And I'm wondering if the poltergeist weed monster in Scary Movie 2,
Oh shit.
if they pulled the design of that, like any inspiration. Because nowadays, in the last 20 years, anytime I watch this movie, that's where my brain goes to. I'm like, oh, he's gonna roll up Shorty.
Yeah.
Gordy's gonna roll up Shorty.
Oh, Shorty.
I'm on fire. Take it to the head. Take it to the head.
He wraps him up in bed sheets.
Yeah.
Starts smoking them.
Yeah. One of them there, iconic scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gordy gets fed up because he looks like a 6-foot fucking weed plant, and
Looks like a fucking green giant.
And so he throws on some Nirvana and does what he has to do.
Like I said, I could have been, been okay without it. It is what it is.
Yeah, like I said, it has its moment. Maybe if that was more of a 5 or 10 minute segment.
Yeah,
because it felt like a lot of filler.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that long. I think it might have been like 15 minutes at most.
Yeah, it was relatively short, but
Yeah.
even if they nipped like 5 minutes off of it,
Yeah.
maybe it would have gone down smoother for me.
I like how he's watching WWF from 1980,
World Wildlife Found
81, I think the match was from. So,
which I guess would have been, at some point they would have been filming in 81.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Back then they were pretty good at just throwing shit together and making magic.
you got magic with the next segment, something to tide you over.
Yes, a little bit. Featuring the aforementioned Ted Danson, the stunning, coiffed Ted Danson.
And Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
A prick, Leslie Nielsen.
Finds out, and rightfully so, that his wife is banging Ted Danson.
Yeah.
Because with that fucking hair, how could you not? How weird is that? This might be the only movie where someone's a bigger pimp than our boy.
Really?
Yeah. I never thought about that. Because, anytime he's in a movie, he's just fucking everything. But no, he's a piece of shit in this one. But Ted Danson is a fucking pimp in this one.
Well.
And he'll never die.
Ted Danson's been sleeping around with Leslie Nielsen's wife.
Yeah. They got a big old house right on the fucking beach. Yeah. At least close enough to the beach that
Leslie Nielsen.
An extension cord was.
He lures Ted Danson out to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had played a recording of Becky
somewhere on the beach
and is in desperate need of help. So when he gets Ted Danson onto the beach. He pulls a gun on him and makes him bury himself in a hole.
Yep, which is one of the best forms of torture when you have, to some extent, somebody digging their own grave. That's a beautiful thing.
And you got to bury yourself in sand.
Just short of the tide.
And I feel like you can wiggle your way out of that.
I don't know. I saw Mythbusters do, well, it was more of a quicksand thing, but at the end of it all, they did say, because I think it was, they buried themselves in sand, and then they started adding water to the mix, and they said, it's like a completely different, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
Once you incorporate some, when you make the sand moist.
Yeah.
So.
You make it a little moist, a little heavier?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
But yeah, like how we always done. Like when you're at the beach and you just like, as the water comes up, you wiggle your feet. So you're kind of like burying yourself. And then even if you just get up to your ankles and then you go to jump and you dislocate a hip. So picture your entire body.
Yeah.
So, but either way, yeah, again, by the time I saw it, I was a Leslie Nielsen fan. So it was hard to take it seriously, even though it was very fucking serious. And I think it might have been the first time I was terrified of him.
He was a bit of a prick.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it.
Right.
But I also see where she's coming from too.
He brings out a TV.
Or whose cum she was spitting out.
He brings out a TV to play the video of her buried as well on the beach.
Yeah.
And then take it in the tide as well.
Yep.
And now you got her on one part of the beach, supposedly, and Ted Danson on the other part of the beach. Can't move. It's recording. He's torturing both of them and recording it.
Yep.
He brings the TV out to the beach.
The TV, fucking cameras.
What is that? What is it? Got to be like 1,000 feet of
I was going to say it had to be at least a half a mortgage payment and just extension cords.
That's kind of crazy. This days, you get a portable, UPS, and you can play whatever you want on it.
You got your Bluetooth and a good fucking battery, and you're good to go. But I felt like even back then it felt comical. Maybe it's just because of how much effort was put into this.
Yeah.
Like he invested in some extension cord just to torture his soon-to-be ex-wife and her lover.
And her lover.
Yeah, I guess it does make it that much more evil. So that he was that prepared.
Leslie Nielsen lets them go.
Yeah, found a friend there, Harry.
The fucking crab. Yeah. He lets him go. He goes back to his house, lets them do their thing.
Yep.
And he goes back out.
And then you got Rachel and Harry Dent having their final conversation.
Yeah, they're he's not there.
Yeah.
Richard, who's it? Harry.
Yeah.
Played by Ted Danson.
Yep.
He's not there. So he's like, he got
washed away
with the tide.
Which again is fucked up because you're pretty anchored in there once you're buried, especially up to your neck. But we don't know exactly how high the tide got. So, it is possible if it went, if he was right on the edge there at low tide and then you got full blown high tide. Yeah, I guess maybe it would have loosened it up enough that he could have washed away.
Yeah. It looks like they got the fish tank scene.
Yeah.
Of Ted Danson's head engulfed in water. And
yep.
You got Reef right next to it.
Which again, very, very comic booky.
Yeah. Hey.
But it's not the last time we get that shot either.
Well, guess what happens?
Yeah.
It's nighttime and he's got to go get a shower and then starts hearing things. And here comes Harry and Becky.
Little green herb.
Yeah. They look like they've been soaking in formaldehyde for like a month.
The effects look great, but yes, that's the angle I'm kind of debating myself as we're going through this. Yeah, not fake looking, but definitely had a comic book feel to them.
Yeah.
Like almost like an uncanny thing.
They were zombie-like.
Yes, very, very zombie-like. Which, did you know? Did you ever see this from Trick or Treat Studios?
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but
that's
fucking
pretty spot on.
Fucking amazing. So yes, we see that pull up to the door here, but no, it's the both of them. And I admire the whole idea that they could easily came in and just fucking taken him out. But no, they are going to serve full justice and torture him the same way they were tortured.
Yeah. I can hold my breath.
I can hold it a long time. And that might be my favorite moment of his in that. Like, he was so fucking arrogant.
Did you see the alternate ending that I think was previously pitched before they came up with the ending that they went with?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
So,
An alternate ending to Something to Tide You Over found two policemen dropping by to investigate Richard's panicky but true claims of Harry and Becky invading his beach house. When the policemen predictably laugh at his story, thinking he's drunk, Richard attempts to prove this by showing them camera footage of both undead stalkers. Instead, the television plays his incriminating conversation with Harry before and during the latter's burial by the sea. Richard protests that he's been set up, that this is the wrong tape. It's the right tape. All right, pal. The police answers. And speaking of rights, the film smash cuts from there to Richard's murder trial. He's convicted and sentenced to death row. Another smash cut finds Richard in the gas chamber laughing hysterically even while his life is choked out of him. I can hold my breath for a long, long time.
Only because they kept that tag. The whole time I'm thinking, this is cool, but I love what they did better.
Yeah.
But it's I still think I prefer the actual ending. But the fact that they included the line again, I'm not going to completely write that ending off.
Yeah.
I like the idea only because they gave him that line still, because I think that's part of what made it for me. And then you get his, and then cut back to the comic page.
Yeah. Leslie Nielsen also had a fart machine. I saw behind the stories of this, and
I remember hearing stories of him in the late 80s and like even into the 90s of his fart machine. I didn't realize I'm guessing he was just born with it. Like, I'm guessing at the time he was born, like, rattles for babies were a big thing. He was just handed a fucking fart machine. I didn't realize he was using that shit even that far back.
Yeah.
And that makes me love him even more.
That's crazy. Yeah, when I was listening to that story, and I thought that was hilarious. And after Something That Tied You Over, one of my favorites, The Crate.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is a little long for you, but this is the segment that fucked with me as a kid.
I mean, you are talking about kind of a killer teddy bear.
Yeah.
My dates have been way off for most things tonight already, but I'm assuming My Little Monster didn't come out till way later.
Later.
But still, you know, in a sense, it was kind of a demonic looking teddy bear. So if you're watching this as a child, it could still kind of fuck with you.
Yeah, this was me watching this at like 8 years old, 9 years old, and it really fucked with me. This is pretty gruesome.
But considering this crate came from an Arctic expedition, when are we going to get
the crossover?
Yeah.
To the Thing?
I want to see Fluffy versus the Thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that until just now.
Yeah.
I got that reminder, like, ooh, yeah, if he came from Antarctica.
This was Savini's first animatronic.
Okay. First, like,
puppet,
full.
Yeah.
All right.
To me, I've been always trying to find the Fluffy character. That's what they named.
Yeah.
On set. That's what they named the character that's in the crate.
Yep. That's the colloquial name for him. But
I almost bought the Fluffy bust at one of the horror conventions, and then I came back and it was sold.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like $200.
Is that the same one that I was going to buy the, what's a face? Is that the show
Evil
you're talking
Bong?
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we both were eyeballing some, like, we're going to grab that on the way out the door, and that never happened.
Never came to
in
fruition.
both cases. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get Adrienne Barbeau doing what she does best, playing a fucking psycho bitch.
Yeah. This is totally opposite of her. She didn't even really want to act this way. You know, she's basically playing the drunk.
The same role she reprised in Back to School.
Yeah. Playing the crazy bitch.
There's you, there's Giorgio. What's with the midget?
What's with the midget?
Oh, this one I don't understand. Yeah, especially in the 80s, I think Cannonball Run's the only movie where I saw her. Well, no, I guess Swamp Thing.
Swamp, yeah.
Yeah, she was nice in Swamp Thing.
She was.
All right, so she had a couple movies where she played a bitch all too well. And this is probably the pinnacle of that. Like, she was so fucking hateable. And learning that she is not that person, amazing acting.
Yeah.
Because I believed that's who Adrienne Barbeau was.
Yeah.
Like, she...
You would watch Creepshow, and then you watch Back to School, and you were like, man, she's such a bitch and everything.
I would never want to fucking meet this psycho. Yeah. And then, although the last show we were at that she was at, I didn't meet her, but seeing her there and just kind of picking up on the vibe and like the sense of interactions with other people, it's like, she seems like the sweetest human being out there.
Yeah. And I kick myself for not having an opportunity to go up there and meet her.
Yeah.
Because we could have just went right up and
Yeah, because she had her
with
moments where she was swamped, but there were also periods where she had time to breathe.
Yeah. She's still doing conventions.
Yeah.
I think JC just recently saw her at a drive-in theater where they were playing The Fog.
Okay.
Which is pretty awesome. I think that's cool.
So, yeah,
this is one of 3 movies. Is this one or 2? Or I think this is one of 3 movies her and Todd Madkins are in, and they do not share a scene together.
I mean, this one I can excuse because
different segments.
Yeah, completely different stories. They're both under the same umbrella.
Yeah. Was the other one? I think the other one was Escape from New York.
Okay.
The Fog, Escape from New York, and Creepshow.
All 3 of them, they weren't together?
They weren't. They didn't share a scene together.
In all 3?
In all 3 of those.
Oh shit!
Even though they were in a movie.
I had never like consciously thought of that.
Yeah,
so.
It's been a minute since I saw The Fog, so
yeah. Maybe
go back.
even though I say it would be nice to go slightly deeper cut, but yeah, when we get around to doing Atkins, maybe we'll just have to do that.
Yeah,
because it's been a hot minute for me too. So
yeah,
it's almost midnight. So
she's married to a guy that's a professor at this college in town and
at this prestigious university,
and she's making him look like a fool. Because she's acting outlandishly,
fucking
drunk
ass psycho.
Yeah, and his buddy, who's like, what is his position?
He's a colleague.
Yeah, he doesn't like Adrienne Barbeau's Wilma or Billy, whatever
her demeanor.
Yeah, nobody cares for her demeanor, and then he keeps on having flashbacks, or not flashbacks. He has these moments where it's like he shoots her in the head or strangles her.
Again, like they're married, so that's just standard husband daily activity.
And then it didn't happen.
Yeah,
but he's had enough of Wilma's shit.
Yeah, but luckily in the basement
of the college, where the guy calls and says, "Hey, professor, I found a crate underneath the stairs at the college."
The crate under the stairs.
Yeah, from what, the 1800s?
It's an oldie one.
Yeah.
So there's no way anything living could be in there. But
right. Well, let's take it out.
Yeah, why not?
He goes there and ends up. Him and another guy open it up, and the other guy gets consumed. The janitor gets consumed by the creature in the box.
Mm-hmm.
He was hungry.
The fucker was a little over 100 years old, so...
Yeah. I think Savini said that he wished that Fluffy wasn't that thick because he's been in there, hasn't eaten in over 100 years.
I did not think of that, and I do agree with that. And maybe being a little shriveled could have made it more intimidating. Like... Same strength, same aggression, but not looking like it. But nah, I'm cool with the way it came out. I mean, it was just a perfect storm. Like the build in itself, it was a good looking creature, but again, you tie it in with the way it was shot, the way it was edited. It was a pretty scary fucking thing.
Yeah.
And never thought that, it should look more malnourished, but nah, fuck that. Shouldn't even been there today.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. I mean, listen, they draw it out. I know they draw out the whole opening up and, seeing what's going on. And janitor gets devoured. Then, he goes and calls Henry. He goes to call Henry, which is, Wilma's bitch.
Boy, is he.
Yeah. Well, he ends up taking out one of his prize students. He ends up running into him after the janitor gets devoured. So then the student comes down, doesn't believe it.
He becomes a believer.
He gets ripped
pretty
apart.
Quick.
Yeah, which is a pretty cool practical effect.
Yeah.
He gets ripped from behind his
he takes it
neck.
from behind.
Yeah,
he's penetrated from behind.
Gets ripped, and yeah, he gets devoured, and that's when he ends up going over to Henry's house, and Wilma had already left, and he's, delirious about everything that just went on, and he's still holding the fucking boot.
Yep.
The boot.
Oh my God,
blood.
we got a boot.
Yeah, I'm just a boot to go shopping, Satan.
Okay, honey.
He's freaking out, and then Henry's like, all right, calm down. I'll take care of it. And he slips him something in his drink to knock him out, and he just stays at his house while he goes to clean up. But in the meantime, after hearing the story, he says, hey, Wilma, Professor Stanley, right? Professor Stanley got himself into trouble with messing around with one of those students and took it further than it needed to be, and I need you to come help. And he goes and cleans up all the mess and all the blood and everything going on. And he gets Wilma to come, and she's just doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And you know what, bitch? You know, I had all these dream sequences where I fucking killed you and took you out, and guess what? You're gonna get eaten by good old Fluffy. But they drew it out where it was just like, come on, Wilma. He's shaking the shit out of her, like, come on, eat, you know, like,
And
open up.
she took no shit to the very end.
Yeah. And then Fluffy fucking devoured her. And he locked it, and he was free of Wilma, and he went and dumped it, goes back and talks to his buddy, Professor Stanley, and says, hey, I took care of it. But guess what? You're going to be playing chess with me. You know, because I think it was part of the beginning of the segments where he was like, yeah, you're going to come play chess? And then Professor Stanley was like, yeah, like he didn't want to really do it, but he kind of was like...
Had some level of obligation.
Right. He wanted to go get laid. And he didn't feel like he owed it to him to play chess with him all the time. And he didn't want to deal with his annoying wife, Wilma, Billy, whatever the fuck you want to call her.
I'm running with Billy.
Yeah. And then the Fluffy is at the bottom of the water. And guess what? He could break out of that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then has to go to Antarctica to see a guy about another thing.
They said they originally were going to do the crate break open with her body parts coming out of it. But they just left it alone the way.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Now, see, as opposed to what we were saying about the other one, I think that's an alternative ending I would have liked to have seen. But again, they had a tight budget on this, so I'm not going to bitch about what could have been.
Right, and that's what gets us into the last segment, which I think they almost didn't film.
See, because if they would have cut 10 minutes out of the crate, they would have had a few extra bucks. But they pulled it off anyway, so...
They're creeping up on you.
Yeah, it's... Maybe...
We're not talking about crabs.
Harry got the crabs.
We're talking about cockroaches.
Yeah, and again, I'm not particularly afraid of roaches. Again, I don't want them around. Especially don't want them crawling on me, but yeah, my man was a little extra when it came to these things. And this is a segment I think I like more because of the behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
That much I did know about how
they went to Trinidad and they brought back 18,000 cockroaches.
Okay, I thought it was way more than that, but
no,
still.
And then they had to put them, they had to make her like its own trailer so they can like
they had their roach wrangler
and the trailer, and they would have to reproduce.
Yep.
And they said they cost more to do that. And that's why when it came to that last scene, it's like it's a bare bones white. It's supposed to be meant it's like, hey, he's really clean and everything.
Yeah. And didn't they end up losing like 10% of them or something?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, something happened and a bunch of them got away. And
E.G. Marshall is hilarious in this. And if you don't know who E.G. Marshall is, he is...
Not to be confused with E.G. Daly.
Not E.G. Daly, no.
Completely different.
He plays Clark Griswold's father-in-law in Christmas Vacation.
Yep. Those lights aren't twinkling.
Yeah, but Mr. Pratt is such a prick, and he's such an asshole.
That Mr. Pratt or just Mr. Pratt?
Upson Pratt.
Not uppity Pratt.
not the uppity Pratt.
We know the uppity Pratt.
But this is one I think I've grown to love more through the years as I matured, because I probably didn't really care for it as a kid. But this is one that I've grown on to liking over the years more.
Yeah, it's again, I like it because even though I don't particularly have that fear, I'm not as apeshit as this guy, but I understand it.
I think I'd rather have deal with cockroaches than the mice I've been dealing with in my garage. It's like, oh, I keep on setting a trap. Oh, look, trap goes off. Set the trap. Another one goes off. Set another trap. Another one goes off.
And then you go to check on it, and there's a mouse standing right next to it.
Yeah. I got multiple. You
missed me.
I get field mice in there, and then I got to hear the wife and kids. Look what I found when I came in here. Yeah, it's a fucking dead mouse. And I went to go pick up the one the other day, and I moved my boot, and the tail's like still going, still fucking going. It's just, and I was like, ooh,
he was crank starting himself.
Yeah,
trying to get going.
So it must have crunched it onto its ass.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm not fucking around and letting it go. I gotta toss it. So it just was like.
I don't know why you saying ass now. I went to Orgasmo, and they just kicked my sorry black ass. I really want to have a conversation about that one, even though it's not a horror.
Yeah, but yeah, this is
Shoulder Boy.
This was a segment that cockroaches everywhere. He starts with the little ones. He thinks he got them with spraying shit.
Yeah, he's got his industrial fucking roach shit.
And he's calling for backup. He wants his shit to be addressed right now. And then, he's hearing stories about how he's a prick and, he's taken over all these different companies. And
Yep.
he's playing the stock game and somebody killed themselves because of him. And then he's being a total fucking prick to the wife of the dead person. She calls up and talks about, he should be ashamed of himself and he's a horrible person, and just the conversation going back and forth with
which is kind of a theme we get a bit later of a douchebag getting their comeuppance, but again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, he was great. He had a lot of one-line zippers in there and breaking everybody's balls. Like, I don't fucking care. Fuck you.
One of the most irredeemable characters in a movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he's up there.
Yeah. He gets fucking torched with the cockroaches. And just when the exterminator was supposed to come and take care of it, yeah, he is dead. They pushed out the prosthetics they made for him.
Yeah.
For his double and shit, they pushed those cockroaches through there,
like physically,
ripping, yeah,
like bubble wrap, just
yeah. They like forced it out, and it got like stuck as it was popping through his skin, coming out of him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and he said they said he was okay with getting swarmed by a bunch of cockroaches. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
He was fine with it.
Yeah,
uppity Pratt, not so much.
Yeah,
like I said, I get it, but it didn't. I guess that many. Had a little effect on me, again, especially a younger me, but as a whole, put me in a room of snakes like that, yeah, I'd have a heart attack watching it on the aforementioned 15-inch television.
You would take a machete to the snake, and then it parts in two, and then both of those parts now are coming at you, and then get it again.
Nah,
they'll duplicate, Dave.
People always say, like, oh, what would you do if you were to, like, basically, what method of attack would I engage? Now, I would probably instantly have a heart attack and just fall over. Like, there's no me attacking anything. I would just die on the spot. It's ridiculous how, when you hear about phobia, like that, for me, that's as pure of a phobia as you get.
Yeah.
It's to such an irrational level, I can't even explain it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of snakes, nor do I fuck with them.
Yeah.
I'd rather fuck around with spiders and...
Yeah, bugs, spiders, shit like that. Again, I don't want an infestation. I don't want them crawling on me. But I wouldn't freak out either.
Yeah. And listen, and that really kind of ties up the whole movie where you get full circle, Tom Atkins' character is, disciplining his kid for reading that crap and that garbage. And he took a comic and throw it out into the trash. And here, next morning, you got the trash man, one of them played by Savini, picking up the trash and flipping through the comic. And, I guess somebody must have submitted the coupon for the voodoo doll.
Yep.
And then Tom Atkins is eating breakfast and he's looking for his kid and he starts...
Not his cake, but his kid.
His kid.
Didn't go that full circle.
Having some neck pains, and guess who's got the voodoo doll?
Tom Savini. I mean,
good old Billy.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful little thing because, you got him like reading a book and all, but you don't really piece together. And again, this is just the wraparound. So sometimes people don't fully focus on the wraparound. It's just a way to transition from one story to the other.
I saw a story with, so Billy's character is played by Joe King, which is Stephen King's son. And he was in makeup.
Director Joe King?
Yeah. So he was in makeup and everything for the scene where Tom Atkins, beats the crap out of him and shit. Mm-hmm. They go to like a fast food joint and somebody sees that the kid's been abused and they called the cops. That's reportedly what I had saw.
I didn't know that one either.
This was also the first #1 movie in the theaters for George Romero.
Oh yeah, apparently it was Romero's only #1 movie at the box office, and it sucks because there were so many others that deserved it as well, but this is one that deserved it, and I'm glad he got a #1 at some point in his life. You would think the original Dead trilogy, like at least by Day of the Dead, that something would have gotten it, but I guess they were all more of a cult following, or they didn't truly get their fan base till like well after the fact.
Well after.
So, but it's hard to think of those movies now. Like, how did they not?
I feel like by the time Day of the Dead came out, it had its following.
But still not enough to like break it. Yeah. Because I mean, those movies, they're all in the same universe, but they are, all three of them are different movies. Like the only common thread you have are zombies. And even then, not too much common ground because, you know, Bub looks a little different from the blue zombies in Dawn.
Yeah.
So, Danny, where would you rate, or how would you rate the 1982 OG Creepshow?
I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Just because I really loved it as a kid. It still grows on me. Each segment has different meanings to me where I still enjoy watching it. The Jordy Verrill one, yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. It's for what it was, but
It's like how I've said with a handful of franchises. Like, if that's the worst of the movie, it's still not bad.
the crate segment was awesome for me as a kid. I was scared to shit about it.
Yeah.
So that sticks with me, and I like it. That gets points.
Yeah.
So I give it a 7.5 out of 10. How about you?
Originally, I was going to say an 8, but I think I might run with you. I think I might give it a 7.5 as well.
I like the flow and how everything tied up.
And I do feel that you get it once in a while. Again, there's a lot of the VHS movies I have to catch up on. That seems to be one of the rare cases based on the ones I saw. But it's rare that you get an anthology with an actual wraparound anymore. Usually it'll be some vague thing that they'll put in, like I was saying before, it's like a transition in between the stories and all. But this one, you got the 5 segments, but the wraparound was its own story as well.
Yes.
And like I said, it seems like over the years, it's more and more of just a filler to put in between the segments. So that's one thing about it I really loved as well.
Broadcast completed.